This is the Cholo News Report for Wednesday, 28 March 2018. China and North Korea both confirm that North Korean leader Kim Jong-un met with Chinese President Xi Jinping in Beijing during the past 4 days. China states that North Korea is committed to denuclearization and willing to hold a summit with the United States. Speculation about a possible visit by Kim Jong-un to Beijing was rife earlier this week after a train similar to the one used by his father was seen in the Chinese capital, along with heavy security and a large motorcade. Old Bailey Justice Charles Haddon-Caffe sentences convicted terrorist Huma Haq, who indoctrinated children he was teaching in London, so that he could use them to commit attacks, to lifetime incarceration with parole eligibility only after 25 years. Huma Haq, 25, picked out targets including Parliament, the City, London's transport network, and Westfield in Stratford, for armed attacks on innocent civilians, police, and embassy officials. Commander Dean Hayden, who leads the Met's anti-terrorism squad, said he was horrified when he learned Haq had been allowed in charge of classes of children at the Lantern of Knowledge School. Justice Michael Alexander Sewell sentences Paul Moore to lifetime incarceration, with a minimum imprisonment of 20 years for using his car to attack Muslims following a string of terror attacks in 2017, linked to Islamic extremism. A man has been jailed for life, for ramming his car into one woman, and trying to hit a schoolgirl in a series of Islamophobic hate crimes, he intended as a retaliation for terrorist attacks, carried out by Islamist extremists in the UK. Zainab Hussain, 47, sustained serious fractures to her leg, arm, pelvis and spine during the assault, in which Moore drove a car onto the pavement and hit her from behind, before turning it around and driving over her again. Shortly afterwards, he drove the car at his second victim, a 12-year-old Muslim girl walking to school, knocking her bag out of her hand. U.S. graphics processing unit producer NVIDIA suspends all its tests of self-driving cars. The company is hosting its annual GPU Technology Conference in San Jose this week, where it is expected to make several announcements regarding its automotive products. The company is the latest to halt autonomous vehicle testing after a self-driving Uber car struck and killed a pedestrian in Tempe, Arizona, last week. President Vladimir Putin visits the scene and declares criminal negligence responsible for the high death toll. Another detained suspect, a guard from a private security firm, will be charged shortly, Russia's investigative committee says. Officials were booed when they urged the crowd to disperse, after the protest had already lasted 7 hours, Russia's RIA news agency reported.